Hi, Kevin here. I don't know if you can see outside the window over here, but we are in the midst of yet another colossal snowstorm. There's already about 5 inches out there, and there's more coming tonight. So today seemed like a very good day to make Swiss steak for dinner. Now, Swiss steak has nothing to do with Switzerland, okay? There's no association with Switzerland. Swissing simply means tenderizing. Here, let me show you. So this is round steak that has been Swissed or cubed. And it's been tenderized either mechanically or with, the pronged end of a meat mallet. So your supermarket probably sells this as cube steak. All right, now what we're going to do is season the steak with garlic powder, and salt, and black pepper. Now you can season both sides of the meat if you like, but I tend to think that when you season both sides of beef or chicken, you can end up with overly seasoned meat. In other words, you don't even taste the meat, you just taste the seasonings. So I'm only seasoning one side. Okay, then I'm going to lightly bread the steaks. So I have some flour in this pan over here. And the flour is going to give the steak a nice crust. You want to push or press the meat into the flour to coat it. Yeah, I'm going to be serving this meal with rice and probably a salad. And then we'll have some of the leftover banana pudding that I made for you yesterday. So it's going to be a very hearty snow day meal. Okay, there we are. Okay, let me grab my braising pan. All right, we're first going to brown the meat, and then we're going to add some vegetables and some liquids, and then we're going to braise the meat in the oven. So preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then take an oven-proof skillet or a Dutch oven or a braising pan like I'm using here. And I'm heating a couple of tablespoons of vegetable oil. Actually, it's canola oil over medium heat. And then add the meat. See, is this hot enough? Yes. I'm going to brown the meat in batches, so I'll do 2 at a time. I'm going to let this brown for 3 or 4 minutes on one side, and then I'll flip the meat and let it brown on the other side. And when the meat's good and brown, I'll come back. Well, it only took about 2 minutes per side to brown this meat. So now I want to deglaze the pan. So I'm going to add 1 3/4 cups of beef stock. And while this is boiling, I'm going to scrape up the stuck-on bits from the bottom of the skillet. In other words, I'm going to pick up the fond. Yeah, those stuck-on bits are called the fond, and they give this dish its great flavor. Yes, I did notice that this almost boiled over, and that's because I heated the beef stock in the microwave just to save a little time in this video. Okay, so all those bits are coming up nicely, and again, they are loaded with flavor. So now I'm going to add a quarter cup of, show you the bottle, Worcestershire sauce. In it goes. I'm also going to add a heaping tablespoon of flour, which will help to thicken the gravy. Just stir that in quickly. Actually, I'm going to whisk it in. And I'm not going to worry about any lumps because they will come out as this cooks in the oven. Okay, now for the vegetables. But before I even add the vegetables, I want to return the meat to the pan. Here we are. And then add some vegetables. What I have here is one large green bell pepper that I cut into, 2-inch strips. Just pour that right over the meat. And then I have the equivalent of 2 stalks of celery. This was previously frozen. Yeah, I made a video on how to freeze celery, so please give that a watch if you're interested. And I have 1 medium onion that I diced and froze. Onions are really easy to freeze because you do not have to blanch them first. And finally, I'm going to add a 14.5 ounce can of diced tomatoes and all of their juices. Spread this out. Now, you want your liquid to be simmering at this point, and then put this in the preheated 350-degree oven until the meat turns meltingly tender. That's going to take about 1 hour, so we'll come back when this is ready. Meantime, I'm going to prepare the rice and maybe a salad to go with this meal. All right, here's the Swiss steak. And I did have a quick little taste of the meat, and it is very tender after 1 hour. And here's the rice that I cooked. And I'm going to dish this up, and then I'll show you what the dinner looks like on the plates. All right, here's the dinner on the plates. Here's Mr. Fox's serving. And I put the Swiss steak on top of jasmine rice. And by the way, the sauce did thicken up beautifully in the oven. And here's some arugula salad that I lightly dressed with vinaigrette and topped with strips of red bell pepper. We're having a little vino with this meal. And for dessert, we're having some of the leftover banana pudding that I made from scratch the other day. And I did film that video, so please watch. Here's my serving, same setup. And here's the leftover Swiss steaks, which I will freeze for another meal. All right, this steak is so tender, you can cut it with a fork. This is just perfect. You can taste the Worcestershire sauce and the little bit of garlic powder that I dusted these steaks with. And again, that sauce is just incredible with the tomatoes and the green peppers and the onion. Yeah, this is a perfect meal. Well, I hope you will give this Swiss steak dinner a try someday. Really easy to do, totally delicious. I'll put the list of ingredients in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye for now. All right, we're looking through a window here, but I wanted to show you what my backyard looks like right now. Yeah, there's 5 inches of snow out there and more coming. All right, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.